Greetings, Mr. Nowicki here. So usually my target audience is technology students, but as per request, I decided to make a couple videos to help out my teacher friends. So the first video I'm going to do is one on Google Forms. Google Forms is a really useful tool. You can do it, use it to make quizzes, surveys, collect information. As you get more into it, you can do like selection lists. So if one person selects something, that option is no longer on the list. It's pretty handy. But we're going to start off with a basic contact form, say for a survey, maybe an open house survey or something like that. All right. So the first thing you're going to need is the Google Chrome browser, and then you're going to need a Google account. Log into your Google account, go to the main Google page, and then over on the upper right, you'll see this is my login right here. So I'm going to click on the square grid right here, and that gives me access to the Google Apps. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to click on Google Docs. It brings me to this page, and in the upper left, there's these three lines over here. That's a menu. They also call that the hamburger. You can click on that and scroll down and click on Forms. Google has provided some templates already for you to use. You can kind of customize them. These are just the basic ones. Okay, so we're going to just use this contact information one, and we're going to just customize it. So once we click on that, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here in the upper left. I'm going to highlight it, or just click my mouse in here and highlight. And I'm going to call this Open House Sign In. Okay, and then I'm going to click over here and highlight this text, and I'll call this Open House Sign In. So essentially the name of the form, I want it to be the same as the first thing that people see when they click on the link, so they know what the form is. If you scroll down and look here, there's these red stars. That means these are required fields. So if you were to try to submit this form without having this filled out, it would error out. Okay, so I'm going to click in here, and I'm going to call this student name. It's short answer, and it's required. Good. Now I'm going to add a new question. Select this drop-down box. I'm going to select short answer, and I'm going to type in parent name, and I'm going to make sure that's required. I'm going to scroll down here, and then on email address, that's fine. But I want you to click in here and notice it has these this like validation field, or this validation option, and basically it's saying if you don't have a valid email address, so if you don't put in john@gmail.com, if you accidentally type john@gmail.com, it would error out. I don't always use these. I take this out just because if someone has a typo and it's gmail.com, not gmail.com, you can kind of figure out what it should be, and that leads to less frustration, and then people are more likely to complete the form if you have it easier to use. All right, so that's that. We're just leaving email, short answer, and required. I'm going to scroll down here to address, and I'm just going to type in, let's see. Actually, I'm going to delete this one. And then we have phone number, but I'm also going to make that required. And I'm going to add a new question. Okay, I'm going to add a checkbox, and I'm going to ask the question, what devices does your child have access to for e-learning? Okay, so first option might be Windows. Let's see, we'll do desktop/laptop. We'll say Apple desktop/laptop. Maybe they have a Chromebook, an iPad, or an Android, or other tablet. Okay, and you want to make this required. And what this question is asking is, do they have access to any of these devices? And we're going to put in parentheses here, check all that apply. So they might have access to all of these devices, and they're going to check the boxes to indicate that. All right, the next question we're going to add, we're going to click this plus sign, and we're going to say, does your child have access to a webcam. And we're going to make this multiple choice. And the difference between a multiple choice and a checkbox is that a multiple choice is basically yes, no, true, false. It's either or. You cannot select more than one of these options, whereas the checkboxes allow you to select any that apply. Okay, so scroll down here, make sure this is required. And then if you have here, let's see, comments / questions, it's a paragraph, and then I don't make this required because they may or may not have a question or comments. All right, so that's it. The form is done. We're just going to go through and double check some settings. So the first thing we're going to do is click on responses. And once that pops open, we're going to click on this little green box with the white cross in there. And we're going to create a new spreadsheet. And we're going to click create. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to get to this later. But now you know what it's going to look like. When the parents fill out this form, all the data is going to go into this spreadsheet. So we're going to close that tab for now, which brings us back to our form. Then we're going to click on this gear icon in the upper right corner. And we're going to make sure all of these are unchecked. All right, presentation. Thanks for submitting your contact info. I look forward to teaching your child this year. And then I'm going to click quizzes, make sure all this is unchecked. It's grayed out, so that's right. And then we're going to click save. All right, now we're going to click on these 3 dots in the upper right. We're going to go to preferences, make sure all of that's unchecked. If it is, you can click cancel or save. And then we're ready to send. So we're going to click on this send button, and we're going to go to this second field right here. So you have this email, this envelope icon. We're going to click on the second icon. It has this huge long link. We're going to click shorten URL, and then I'm going to click copy. Okay, so now I can go over to my email program and I can paste this in here and send this out. And now people can go ahead and put in their information and submit the form. So the way it's going to look is I'm going to pretend I'm a parent. I filled out this, I got this email, and now I'm going to go to this. I clicked on the link, and here's the form. Okay, so I'm going to say, you know, put in the student name, and let's see. See how it doesn't error out even though that's incorrect? But I'm going to put, there we go. All right, phone number. There we go. Let's say I have access to all of these, and yes, we have a webcam. None. And I could leave this blank, right? I don't even have to put anything. I click submit. All right, so once that's submitted, you can go to your responses now, and you can see here's the individual response. However, you don't want to go through and have this huge long page with 20 responses or 30 responses. So the way you get to your Google Sheets or your spreadsheet is you're going to click on this icon on the upper left, and then click your menu, your 3 lines, and then you're going to click on Sheets. And there it is, Open House Sign In. So I click that, and there's all the information. All right, and then you can copy and paste this. You can download this. Download is a Microsoft Excel, right? And then you can pull it into your Excel document and have all your emails and whatnot. All right, I hope that helps. Have a great one. If you have any questions, you can always email me. It's mrnowickyteched@gmail.com.